Hey guys, I'm back again with another Tesla video. Today I have a rear screen. This is for a Tesla Model Y, but I know it fits other models. So this is how the climate control system works on this screen. This bar here can go up and down. That controls your fan speed. Then obviously you can adjust these down here. It's four-way, both sides. And then you have your temperature here. You can go up or down. And all of that works perfectly. My only complaint would be that it doesn't sync with the front screen. So if this says 75 degrees, up here it still says 70 degrees. So same with the fan speed. So you're controlling the fan speed, but it's not going to be synced up with the front screen. Also, keep in mind, you're controlling the fan speed and the temperature for the entire car, not just the rear passengers. So that's something to keep in mind. So, as you can see, it's pretty smooth. These things are, everything happens pretty quickly. And I'm pretty happy with that. We'll go to, let's see, we'll play some YouTube. I'll show you, I'll put it through a couple of its apps so you can kind of see what the apps look like, how they work. Just a warning, I'm on a mobile connection. I'm using Visible. It's connected to my phone and it's capped at 5 megabytes. So it's not the fastest. That could be part of it. So don't judge how fast it loads per se, some of these videos and stuff, but it's more the responsiveness that we are kind of judging here. But not bad, right? I mean, that's pretty responsive. You know, when I first booted this thing up for that first day, every time I went into YouTube, it would crash. And I'd go in YouTube again, play with it for a while, it'd crash. But after a while, I felt like I said, I felt like it kind of went through its paces, initialized its file system, and it finally freed up enough memory to run some of these apps. So, not too bad. I don't know if you can hear the speakers there, but that's max volume. Not the greatest speakers, but they are serviceable. I found if you turn the volume down on your music on the front screen, it's, you know, I feel like kids can use this with its own volume without connecting the Bluetooth on the screen to the car. So all in all, YouTube works pretty well. I have been pretty happy with YouTube. You can see. And what I have found, I'll give you guys a little tip here, when you're done with your apps, close out of them like this. That really helps the memory of this thing and keeps all the apps running smooth. I've noticed if I don't close them out after I use this for 10 minutes or so, it really starts to bog down. If you're going from app to app to app, close out of it. I'll go through, let's see. I'll show you guys, how about some Netflix? I think that's going to be a popular one here. I downloaded Netflix through the Google Play Store, and it works great. A lot of these apps, when I first got it, there were some apps installed through APK Pure, and that's how they want you to install some apps. And there's some apps that are installed through Google Play. If it's available for Google Play, that's how I try to install it. So when I first got this, I deleted everything from APK Pure and tried to download everything that I wanted through Google Play, because I feel like that's the best way. But there's some apps you will find that are not available. I think it's this is running Android 13, so it is older, but it's still newer than most screens that I looked at. Most of the screens I looked at had like Android 10, 11, 12. This was the newest one I could find for the most reasonable price. So pretty happy. As you can see, not too bad, right? It's pretty responsive. Here, we'll load up a movie and we'll see how quickly it comes up. And this is on a mobile connection. That's not bad. Let's see. Pretty responsive. And you can use these buttons up here to kind of control it. Square brings them all up and lets me close out of these apps when I'm done with it. So another cool feature which I've found, which I'm going to use Fandango here as an example, is that you can use the storage to download your movies. So you have offline play. So this thing does not have built-in Wi-Fi. It does not use your car's Wi-Fi. You have to connect your phone. You have to have a mobile hotspot. If you don't have mobile hotspot data, capable phone, or you don't have it on your data plan, I probably would not bother with this. At least for the multimedia portion. Obviously, this works great for controlling your AC system for your rear seat passengers. It actually is really great. But if you want just multimedia, make sure you have some sort of plan that covers a mobile hotspot, because you're going to need it. Anyway, I will show you something here that I found. Is I had 11 gigs of free storage on this. And you can download, just like right there, you can download these movies to the tablet itself, to this screen. So on Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, this is Fandango, so the movies that I've bought, you can download them to it. And that way, if you don't want to use your mobile hotspot, or maybe you don't have good cell coverage, you can download it before you leave on your Wi-Fi or whatever and watch it on the road. So I just thought that was kind of a cool feature, that it does work. And that gives people an option. If you wanted to use your house Wi-Fi, download a bunch of stuff before you go on a trip, you could do that. And you'll be able to have lots of content without having a mobile connection. So Google Play is where you're going to download most of the apps, and I will say Google Play works very well. It's smooth. All the apps that are available for it will show up. The only issue I have found is they advertise this as having Disney Plus, and Disney Plus says it is not compatible with this version of Android. So Disney Plus does not work, even though they say it does. So they tell you actually to go through APK Pure to download it, not Google Play. But that doesn't work either. And as you'll see here, APK Pure does not run very good on this. It is very, very laggy. But thankfully, I don't have to use it a whole lot. The only ones I've used this for are, here, we'll pull it up. I think I've downloaded Streamio. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Streamio. I can show that to you here in a minute. That does work. I don't know, Fandango I did not download from this, but it's showing up here. I downloaded Disney Plus from APK Pure, just like their instructions told me to. Oh, so this just shows all the apps that are installed, not necessarily installed through APK Pure. Disney Plus I installed through this, and it still does not work. I will show you guys what it does, just in case this is a deal breaker for you. It tells me I need an internet connection, even though I am connected to the internet. You can kind of see how laggy this can be. And it's really just APK Pure gives me the most trouble with lagginess. But like I said, I don't really have to get into it too much. Let's see if this works. There was just an update today, so maybe it's working. Nope. Okay, there it is. No internet connection. Error 142. I've tried multiple different versions of Disney Plus that are in APK Pure. Nothing works. This is not a deal breaker for me because I use Streamio basically for everything. And what's not on Streamio, we'll watch on Netflix. So So I will show you Streamio since it's pretty popular. And it works pretty well. It did crash the first few times I used it. But like I've said before, once this thing gets going and you get everything set up and you kind of let it do its thing, it actually runs pretty smooth. And at this point, I've been in and out of Streamio multiple times. It's loaded all its assets. You know, it runs really well. So that's Streamio, which I think is a good option for something like this, if you're familiar with setting that up. If there's anything else you guys want to see, hit me in the comments and I can let you guys know. Obviously, it's capable of a little bit more than what I'm showing you. You can load your own videos through this USB-C port. If you had a flash drive, you could load your own movies. So that's an option. Auto link, you can use this for a screen with CarPlay. There you go. You can kind of see how that looks. And obviously you have a web browser. You can use the web browser, but it's going to be super slow. The web browser made it crash multiple times, so I honestly would not bother with this. My only wish list for this device would be, I would love to reorder these icons. There's no way to do that. It looks like, I think they're just the way they were installed, first to last. That's how they're ordered, which I don't love that. I want to make it as user-friendly for my passengers as possible, because this is screen number one. There's no multimedia on there, so it can be kind of confusing. Thinking, what's that screen for? What else is on this? You have to keep flipping through your screens to see what you have. I would love to hold this down and reorder these, but that's not how you do it. That's how you uninstall applications. So I don't love that, but that's not a deal breaker for me. So that's it. Here, I'll show you guys a little bit of what it looks like. Looks pretty factory. I am very happy with the looks of it. It's a big screen. It looks like I said, looks like it could be from factory. Installation was very easy. It took maybe 15 minutes. The instructions were pretty good. It came with a video, and I had no issues whatsoever installing it. So anyway, that's my review. I wanted to give you guys an idea of what it looks like, how it runs, what it's capable of. Hopefully I did enough of that to let you decide whether this is worth it or not. Like I said, I think I paid around $200 AliExpress. It took about a week and a half to get delivered. There are coupons. I ended up getting it with a coupon, and that's how I got it for around $200. So keep an eye out for those. And this is, I think, the last I looked, it was the most sold on AliExpress. It had like 450 some sales. A lot of the other screens had way less than that, so that's why I felt pretty comfortable buying this. And this is in a 2021 Model Y. I'm sure it fits other models, but the installation might just be a little different. So anyways, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like some of this content, and thanks. Bye.